we're going to do what's called random ask questions.
Woo!
Yeah, they are super random,
Mm.
and we're going to ask these questions. You're not going to even know the answer of all of them. But the thing is, you cannot say, I don't know. You can't phone a friend. You can't ask the audience, and you certainly can't Google it.
Wow.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
scary.
Well, that's what makes it fun, T Rand.
Woo! I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Okay, here we go. I'm ready, but I'm nervous. I don't know what.
Wait, which one is
Don't
it? Ready or nervous or both?
I'm both, and don't judge me.
Get ready for the LaDonna Ray Show. For exclusive interviews right here. Go.
Hey, welcome to the LaDonna Ray Show. I'm your host. LaDonna Ray is in the building. But guess who else is up in here with us? Today's special guest. Now, as you know, we talk to content creators from all over the world. And when they make music, they make my ears just sing. Today's special guest, please join me in welcoming Mr. T
What it
Ray.
do? Damn, blessings.
Yes, blessings it is, especially with your musical talent, Mr. T Rand.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a blessing to be on this with you.
Well, thank you very much. We are so happy to have you. And here's the deal. When I heard your song Overcomer, it made me feel like I had truly come through a hard time of understanding which way is forward and which way I left behind me.
Mm.
What what is the surrounding cerebral of your writing when it comes to Overcomer and Save Me? Just give us a little insight.
So Overcomer actually came at a point when I was dealing with a lot of anxiety in my life, just going through just some difficult times where I felt like I wasn't going to be able to come out of this dark cloud in my life. Just dealing with some health things and dealing with family issues, trying to see if my am I good enough in my music. It was a lot of things going on, and my really good friend reached out to me in Nashville. He said, "T Rand, man, I got this 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 track I want you to hear, and I would love for you to write to it, and if you want to co-produce it, put your little magic on it, you can." I said, "All right, cool." And so as I was listening to it, that hit me, just overcomer. I gotta get beyond this. And what was even more significant about it is the musicians that was on the track were Chris Tomlin musicians. So I don't know if anybody know who Chris Tomlin is. Chris Tomlin is like one of the greatest Christian worshiper artists out there in our generation. I don't know if you heard a song called "How Great Is Our God." Sing with me, "How Great Is Our God." And it's funny because that is like my joint. That's my song. I sing it everywhere. And to get a chance to work with Chris Tomlin people to create this beautiful song was amazing. And so as we go into the studio, I got another surprise. As I go into the studio to record Overcomer, that's when Chris Tomlin came. And me and Chris Tomlin chopped it up, talked. I told him about my testimony and how his music really impacted me so I can impact others. And we had a great moment. And he got a chance to hear the song. So we already did like a demo. So let me rewind it back. So after I heard the song, did my little producing on it and writing and all that great stuff, made a little demo, and then now going to the studio to record everything to make it solid. That's when I met Chris Tomlin, and we chopped it up. It was beautiful. He loved the song, and the rest is history. And that was for Overcomer. And so for Save Me, the title speaks for itself. All my music really speaks for itself. Save Me. I was just dealing with some things in my life that I thought that I have already overcome. But apparently, I guess I was still dealing with it. I think sometimes people they forget about their deeper core situations in their life that continue to keep coming up every once in a while. And that was happening with me. And so when I got a chance to do that song, it relieved me of some things that I did not know I was still dealing with in my mind. And
Yeah.
I got a chance to meet up with Kaylee O'Connor. Kaylee O'Connor is a bluegrass recording artist. She's a Grammy Award winner, bluegrass artist, and she was like, T-Rat, I love your music. I was like, what? Bluegrass? I was like, okay, cool. I said, that's what's up. And so we met in Nashville, and that's like, hey, I want you to do this track with me. I want you to do. I already laid down my vocals and everything, so I want you to hear this and see, can you relate to it? She said, man, I got you. So she put her violin on it and her vocals on it, and it just created such a beautiful mixture. So this song is like, it's bluegrass, is gospel, is R&B, pop, hip hop, like mashed together so beautifully. And only God can allow these two songs to exist in this time and to be able to impact so many lives. And so, yeah, I'm thankful to be able to get these songs out because I needed to help other people as I was healing.
And just for those that don't know, the contemporary side of, having praise and worship music, how difficult is it to not, fall prey to secular music instead? You're deciding that you're going to stay focused on praising the Lord and giving, great graciousness to the Most High and staying in that lane. How difficult or how challenging is it to stay right there?
Well, I think the challenge for me is to realize that I am doing music to heal people. I'm doing music to be able to impact people from my point of view of my life. Because I believe that most time people look at gospel artists on a high pedestal where that they don't have no problems, they don't got no issues, they don't go through nothing. And then when their problem get exposed sometimes, into the world, then they want to beat them down. And so I feel like my music gives an opportunity for people that are not in the faith and the people that are in the faith to have the opportunity to open up to dialogue, to let people know that, hey, we are all in this together. There is no perfect person on this planet. And I say for me, I am striving every day to be perfect, but it's okay that I'm not, and I'm not going to dwell in my sin. And so the songs Overcomer and Save Me talks about my issues in my life, at the same time letting people know that without God, none of this is impossible. You can't be an overcomer if you don't have Jesus Christ in your life. That's for me. That's what I'm preaching. I'm sticking by it because that's what I believe. And knowing that only God can save you. Like no therapy. Now it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to have counselors. It's okay to have pastors in your life. It's okay to have great friends in your life. But ultimately, you gotta have God in your life. And so that's what that song save me from myself, because only God knows your inner thoughts, like your deepest thoughts. And I honestly believe, okay, because I'm not perfect and I'm not this enlightening, like I'm the ultimate enlightening person, but I know that God works. I know it works because it works for me, because I be having thoughts and I know it's only God can give me these thoughts. I know only God can help me to know how to have grace, to how to love my wife, how to, be a better man, how to overcome. Like that's the only thing I want to just help people to like recognize. And that's why I believe that God has given me a platform with my music. And trust me, I have been in positions where my music was too black or my music was too white. Like it was one of either. Like, and then like you said, some people may feel like, hey, just go ahead and go R&B all the way. Don't get me twisted. I love all type of music. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, hey, I'm not gonna make love to "Oh Happy Day." Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you. I ain't gonna be like, "Oh happy." No, like, so I love my Luther Vandross. I love my
Well, wait, it depends on how it sounds. You can do the remix to "Oh Happy Day."
you.
You can say, you can get that R&B going. Here we go, here we go. Doom, 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 doom.
Oh,
Oh, happy day, happy day. Come on over here, girl. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day. Hey, you can do it.
hey, whatever floats your boat. So that, so for me, you know what's so crazy? I don't even like, when me and my wife, this is being real. When me and my wife have relations and love each other, we really don't even listen to music. That's crazy. I just thought about it. And so like,
Wow.
but I love great music that, for me, that can help me to move forward. So if it's
Yeah.
an amazing love song or an amazing song that helps you to get out of your rut, man, I'm all for it. And so, but for me, I'm that gospel artist, man, that is trying to let you know that, hey, you can actually be a Christian and still fall.
Yeah, that's true. And speaking of falling, unfortunately, there was so much scrutiny that was thrown towards, our dear Kirk Franklin
Yeah,
because he had what they call an outburst, to his son. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm a parent, and well, first of all, I'm a woman first, okay? And obviously woman of God.
yeah,
And then I've birthed these children, and if they get out of pocket, T-Ran, I may have to bless them too. You know what I'm saying? But there's such a standard that is held to individuals that record a certain type of music that I
yeah,
feel is on the unfair side, because just because I record the gospel doesn't mean I am the gospel. What it means is that I want to give thanks to God through music. It does not mean that I am all of a sudden this holier than thou person. The
correct.
same thing goes for your Tamala Mans or your Yolanda Adams. These are people, and they
Yeah,
make great music. So if something happens, I promise you, if there were a microscope on each and every person, including the pastors, including the Pope, you would find something that just didn't look right
yeah,
because you got a microscope on them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? And I agree with that. And that's why I feel like there should be a balance in music. And I feel like God has blessed me to be that balance. And it is not easy to be that balance because, it's not the most popular thing. And now it's becoming more popular. But it's just, yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree.
There are so many opportunities for artists that are out there to go one way or the other. They can choose to praise God in their music, but it's so much easier to get a reaction and get a lot of support when you're cussing and when you're saying things that are, about racial and social injustice, and
Yeah,
just kind of going down the road of protest, or the road of being just as I don't want to use the word ratchet, but as negative, there we go, as negative as possible. So much easier. But there are artists out there that want to praise God in their music, that want to take that route, and they just don't know how to get started. Is it always going to start in the church? Is it always going to start in a faith-based institution?
no, it really starts in your heart and your relationship with God. Because like I said, when I first started doing music, um, I was 3 years old. I fell in love with music. And the first artist, of course, I feel like many artists, Michael Jackson was like my guy. I was just like, hey, I want to be like that guy and I want to do what he's doing. And so that was my inspiration. And as I got older, as a teen, that's when I started hearing about Kurt Franklin, Fred Hammond, and these artists literally shaped my life because I love the way that Fred Hammond, Kurt Franklin, did their music, and it was so, again, beyond the way that people call church music was, and it has changed my life. And from then, that's when I started my journey. When I was 12 years old, started doing gospel music the way that I loved it. And of course, it wasn't popular. It was still, it was still not so, not, I guess, invited into the church, but I kept doing it, kept going. And now we're here. And God has blessed me to go as far as China to reach people over there with my music. So
I'm glad you kept going, because
yeah.
I grew up in a family that said, you're not supposed to shake your hips, you're not supposed to dance to church music. But did David dance? And I was confused. But then you get when Kirk Franklin came out with Stone, and all of the songs that he brought to the forefront, and then Yolanda Adams, of course, she became my inspiration, because her song, when it was played on the radio, you didn't even know it was a Christian song, because I'm thinking she's talking to her guy, and then I later on find out that she's talking to the Lord. So it could go either way, just based on how you're listening to it. And then a lot of the music was going in that way. Tamla Mann and so many others. Fred Hammond, oh my God, never would have made it. And I remember seeing him in concert at my church. I go to New Life here under Pastor Hannah, and we had an entire concert at our church with Fred Hammond. And I got the pleasure of meeting him, and we were able to talk. And his music at that time, he was talking about having leg surgery so that he could walk better. And it was just such
okay, I said that's deep, because I've been through that about my leg, and that's crazy. That's deep.
Yeah. So he wanted to get out there and Kirk Franklin it up. But at the same time, in watching him perform, you can still feel that he still feels that song.
Oh, I definitely want to get a shout out to my wife, man. She did my hair. She's like pretty awesome. And
she did?
Yeah, she do what it do. And as Alexis Gilbert, my wife, shout out. And then shout out to my crew, 22 Vision. We here. Bow! But anyway.
Whoa, watch out now. Okay, so I know where to go to get my hair braided up and tightened up. I'm gonna come and see your wife. We're gonna make that appointment happen. The next time I come to Tennessee to see my family, I'll make that drive. It's not a problem.
Yeah, you realize.
All right, cool beans. So in the music industry, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that you are definitely active. And through this pandemic, I'm sure you've had to readjust, just like the rest of the entertainment world or the creative world. How are you adjusting, and what do you plan on doing as soon as everything is lifted?
Well, to be honest with you, when everything get back to order, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing. Like, I actually been doing these type of what you may call like virtual concerts. But I guess I was like before my time, where I would literally like do a video live, and then I'll tell people, hey, come and watch it. And so, but now we have YouTube and everything. So like, yeah, I got some big plans. I got some big concerts. I got a documentary that I'm going to release because my life has been one big movie, and you wouldn't expect a person like me to have accomplished what I have accomplished. And it's through my Lord and Savior that I'm able to be where I'm at today and done the things I've done. It's crazy. So from going to China, touring in China, from touring in Europe, from doing international concerts, from doing tours, not just any tours, but tours that like from 2,000 to 10,000, like putting my own money behind the tours, music selling out, like, and then for me having my ups and then me having my downs, me learning the music business when nobody ain't teaching me nothing, where people around me that know a lot, but did not reach out to help me, but God. And so It's a story that I believe that a lot of people are going to enjoy for this generation. It's a story that's been told like so many times, like Oprah, Tyler Perry, you name it. It's this story has been told so many times. A person that comes from nothing, no one is behind them, and God is just uplifts them, and then they continue to be the greatest. And so that is my documentary. It's going to be called T Ran. Let's make history.
Yeah. And you certainly will be making history as an independent artist. What
Yeah.
are some of the tips that you have for indies out there? Because,
Mm.
I've got a few tips on my own, but you being an independent artist, what are some tips that you have out there? Not the obvious ones, not just keep trying, strive, and you'll make it. Give them some really good tips that they can take and learn from the bumps and the bruises that you may have gone through that they may not have to.
Well, I'm gonna just yeah. So the first thing is this: don't be afraid of being major, because most time when people get to a certain level, they back away because they feel like they're not ready. But this is what you wanted. The other thing is learn the business. Either you like it or not, you need to know the music business. Most artists out there, they just know the music, and they try to be the best of the best in their genre they're in, but they don't know the business, and they wonder like, why am I not moving forward as an independent? Because you're not learning the business so that you can fund your independency. So for me, I had to find a principle to pay for my passion. And my principle, I created that through my creative company because I knew that people needed content. I knew people needed video, graphics, and anything creative. I knew that people needed it. And that has allowed me to pay for my passion, that is music. And then in that, once you got that principle that pay for that passion, then you going to have to sit down and learn the business. Go to these seminars, ask all the questions, and don't expect everybody to do the work for you. Now, the team, don't get it twisted. You do need a team, but until that team comes, you gonna have to bust your butt and you gonna have to do the work.
Yeah.
It is. And some people don't really get that. You have to do the work. Everybody is not for you. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you got to ask yourself, are you there for the people that need you? Are you there for your next door neighbor? Okay, then. So don't expect your next door neighbor to be there for you.
Wow.
Life.
I got a tip. And it's a simple one. Please. Well, it's twofold. Make sure that the metadata is within your song, and make sure that the file name includes your artist name and the title of the song.
She said, I'm going deep. She's going deep with it. The basics. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
think about it. As a radio show, we receive a lot of music to the point where we catalog everything we receive.
Yeah.
And if it gets mixed up, we don't know who it came from.
Yeah.
It just says new track.
Yeah. And you know
I'm
what?
like, new track from who?
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. You know, it's crazy you said that, and that's another thing I want to say, like a footnote what you just said, like your rejection is truly your protection. So when you get rejected, you got to ask yourself why I'm being rejected.
Right.
And then understanding what can you do to be better. Don't ever take any criticism. I don't care if it's bad or good, whatever it may be. Like, understand there's always a lesson in every situation in your life to be better. Every time. Just like right now, when you just gave some diamonds right there, and most people, they get offended when you trying to correct them or help them, and
oh yeah,
you're not going to be where you want to be at.
But they've been gracious, I'll reach out and say there's, because there's some songs that have been misspelled. And I'm thinking, okay, that's the name of the song, but I
Hmm.
want to make sure. But there's so many shows and stations that won't make sure.
No.
Your stuff will just be out there any kind of way, and then you'll be mad when it's in print. And I want to make sure, like coming through the gate, because it's so important to have the spelling of your name, the
Yeah.
spelling of the song, the correct spelling of the song, so that you know how to catalog it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it is funny because I think also every independent wants to be major. When I say major, like wants to have that partner to help them to move forward. It's kind of like a marriage. Like you get that right woman or a right man in your life that actually puts you in a position where you want to be at, but at the same time knowing that you're still whole by yourself.
Right.
And I think that
Right.
drives being independent, knowing that you are already complete. Whoever
Right.
come along, they just gonna add. That's it. But that doesn't
That's
mean,
how it should be.
yeah. So that's why I just become complete, become whole. That's what you do. Become the best version of yourself.
That's right. The best version of the artist that you are trying to become. First random ask question. Where is it that you do not mind waiting?